radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy. The OG on the marquee, Jaybird. And the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn. Good afternoon, Quad Cities. Sports fans, Patriots, Americans. Anyone who's trying to figure out why we're in the 13th month of 2020.
What is it? Is it? It's like December 42nd.
December 38th. 39th.
We are back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright TV and Security. Coral's there to my right. Bomber's back from her trip to D.C.
Hello, everyone.
We let T-Roy leave for St. Louis early. So he said, hey, would you mind if I got on the road a little bit earlier? Then instead of coming to the show, and I said, you know what, let's go ahead. Get down to St. Louis and enjoy your weekend.
I'll hang out with my girlies.
Yeah.
I'll hang out with my girlies. Yeah. You're just a girl now, Jay.
It's just us women.
It's just going to be Gavin. It's going to be talking today.
It's just us as girls.
Yeah.
That means we can just talk about the Bachelor all day.
Yeah, well, T-Roy did a good...
I have never seen one episode of The Bachelor, so do not include me in that, girls.
Ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Literally.
I still haven't listened to the... That's why I usually get caught up. But anyway, there's some things we can talk about. Obviously, there's the Iowa game that's going on last night. We're going to look a little bit deeper into each of the wild card games for the weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend, except for we kind of pointed out the Saturday night game, not too big of a deal. Washington at the Tampa Bay at Washington. And the Sunday night game is going to be kind of a snooze. But the ones in between are going to be really good. So we'll look at each one of those games moving forward. Got pointed out to me yesterday, and now it's kind of hit the news wire. Deshaun Watson is not happy with the Houston Texans, and he wants out. So we're going to look at possible trade targets, and spoiler alert, one of them is the Chicago Bears.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So we have all that going on, but we have to, and there's a certain way that I want this conversation to go. And Bomber, I think you and I are paddling the same boat without even having the conversation about your trip in D.C. Yeah. Here we go. Wait, guess what? We can't go 2 minutes. Hold on.
All right, let's do it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is Don't Hassle Us for Local. Who do we have?
Well, you got me.
Yeah.
What do you think you got?
Hey, is it Troy?
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
Yeah.
I had to call in. It's such a great intro, and you guys obviously missed me.
Of
course.
I was going to wear my wig for you today, Troy.
I was going to wear underwear today.
Jeez.
No, you weren't.
No,
Well, at least
just kidding.
Did you get on the road on time and everything?
Yep, I am currently driving in the state of Illinois.
Okay.
Boo.
Boo.
I'm sorry.
He's got to go to
Oh, what a
Springfield.
thrill.
Yeah, he's got to go to Springfield first.
But yeah, just wanted to say hi. Welcome back, Bomber.
Thank you.
And Jay, I wanted to touch in because right before I called, you brought up Deshaun Watson. It's really important to note the owner had promised him input on the hiring of a general manager and head coach.
Yep.
And then he went and hired the head coach without any input.
Exactly.
I promise you Deshaun Watson's going to get traded.
Yep. And again, Houston,
He's going to make enough noise.
they can't
So,
stop.
so let's,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to watch this.
I've got to trade for. Since you're here, okay? I've got to trade for you. All right.
Okay?
Now, just hear me out. Chicago has got to do. Remember, we even talked a little bit earlier in the week. Like, it's okay to admit a mistake. It's okay to say, "Yep, I made a boo-boo." And so Pace can say, "I should not have done this for Trubisky. I passed on Deshaun Watson. Blah blah blah." Patrick Mahomes. We all know the story, right? So,
Right.
either package either one. And more than likely, you probably want to send Trubisky to Houston because he's still on his rookie deal. You do that, and you also Chicago sends their 20th overall pick. Now Houston can recoup those trades at the picks that they lost. on their dumb trades and all the nonsense they've done when Bill O'Brien was there.
And they get cap space.
Yep. And then also they ask in return, the Bears ask for Houston's 67th overall pick, which would be early in the third round. So the Bears then would be out of the first round. They would get the 52nd overall that they already have. They keep that. And then they also get back Houston at 67.
I like the trade 100%. That's great for the Bears. I would say if I'm Houston, I try to do it without giving up my 67th.
If I
think the Bears.
Okay, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, the Bears getting Deshaun Watson for a first-round pick. That's a no-brainer. Him and a Nagy offense. If you're going to keep Nagy, he fits. Then you just worry about receivers. I don't know what Allen Robinson's going to do, but I think you can find receivers in the draft. They have the defense. They have the running back. That's a great trade, and that makes the Bears instantly viable for that division, and that's going to be a battle between them and the Bears every year. That's
thing,
great.
I didn't ask for the 67th pick, but I wanted to lynch it like the Lynch did to Pace in the 49ers when they made that trade and just add a little bit something extra. But
I feel that Houston will try to. If I'm Houston, I try to get the best deal I can, so I try to do it without it. But that's a great idea. Houston, then they got Trubisky. They can rebuild. I imagine you'll see J.J. Watt will go as well. They'll probably try to trade J.J. Watt.
If I'm Houston, I probably counter with the 131st pick or the 164th pick. Those are 5th or 6th rounds. If I'm Houston,
right,
and just throw a bone to him to be like, well, we'll give you a pick here and there. But really, Houston needs to get back into the first round, and they need to figure out what's going on there. And they got a new GM. They haven't hired a coach yet, and everything you said is correct. He said, I want input. And the owner said, okay, we'll let you have input. They went and hired a GM anyway without him, and he said, I really want to have Eric Bieniemy, and he's not on their list to interview. I mean, it is a flat out disrespect to a man who's the face of your franchise.
Well, it's disrespected to Eric Bieniemy as well. I mean, for Christ's sake, how do you not give the guy an interview? Everybody knows he's the number one prospect out there for a head coach. You fit in perfect with what you have as your quarterback. I mean, listen, I don't know who owns the Houston Texans, but he sounds like a bigger jackass than Jerry Jones. And that's our new chief.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I will tell you.
So, I mean, that's just insane to me. I don't know. I mean, Deshaun is a
okay,
generational talent. I mean,
hear me out, okay?
You got at least a decade of this guy.
Cal McNair is the owner of the Texans, and right now, Watson is ignoring all phone calls from Texans executives.
That's not sus.
That's not good.
Not sus at all.
Mm-mm. Yeah, you don't want that to happen.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's gone, man. I mean, that's a good idea for Deshaun. I'm with Deshaun Watson. I back him 100%, man. I mean, the players just certainly have to think about what their career. It's not all about money. I know it's a business, and yes, but at the same time, if you're a player, you're part of your own business. So why not want to be on a winning team? And when you see that just total crap around you, and when you have a Hall of Famer like J.J. Watt walking off the field telling you, I'm sorry we wasted one of your years, that means something. So, they know. They can see. They're not dumb.
The one that we don't want to hear, okay? I'm done with the Bears, and I haven't even looked at the Harrington's Pub's Facebook comment thread. People saying like, "No way, it never happened." But
there's a couple.
Yeah, that's again, we can speculate that's what we do. The one that's the scariest is the New England Patriots. The new GM, I believe, I hope I'm saying this right, Nick Caserio. He's coming from the front office of New England. Got a good relationship with Bill Belichick. and New England has the cap space to make the trade work. And according to CBSSports.com, they're the number one logical spot for him to go. And for those asking and saying no way, CBSSports.com has the Bears number 2. So,
yeah, I mean, it is scary to think if Belichick gets him. Wow.
They have number 3, the New Orleans Saints.
No, I don't think so. But okay, I mean, I can see you got an aging quarterback, but I think Taysom Hill's still the guy to replace him. But I've been around before.
Mm-hmm. Let me just give
Anybody
you 4.
else?
Yeah, let me give you a couple, and then I'll let you focus on the road. Number 4 is the New York Jets.
Okay, yeah.
They've got a lot of cap
Possibly.
space, and they've got
They would have to get Darnold. They would have to get Sam Darnold in return.
And they've got cap space. They've got high picks to offer in the trade. Yeah.
Well, they got 2 in the first round they could give them, so that's fine.
Yep. The Washington football team at 5. He's got weapons there, and they got a good defense.
Yeah,
that makes Washington really, really good.
Definitely needs a quarterback. If I'm Deshaun Watson, though, I veto that. But I don't know if he has a veto in the thing.
That's a really good point. And actually, they actually go on to write on this on CBSSports.com that Watson probably would not jump in.
If I'm Deshaun, I do not veto that because Washington actually has some talent. I mean, we saw Antonio Gibson emerge as a running back. You got Scary Terry.
Yeah.
You got a good defense. I mean, and really then it would be them and Dallas would be the with a healthy Dak Prescott, obviously, would be the 2 teams that would fight for that division every year. I still don't have much faith in any times, and obviously things are falling apart in Philly. But yeah, that's a good spot for Deshaun. I mean, because then it's just you and Dak.
Yeah, it's easy. It's one of the divisions. No offense to it, but it's one of the divisions that's your easiest way to the playoffs.
You don't have to be offensive. It's weak. It's a terrible division.
Yeah.
I mean, they got every head coach in that division is either a has-been or a wannabe. And that's it. Period.
Let's see.
Doug Peterson is now a has-been. Mike McCarthy's a has-been. Chico Rivera's a has-been. And Ding Dong in New York one.
Joe Judge, he's up and coming.
So many has-beens.
The wannabe.
All right, so the other ones out there, kind of ones that you could throw out there that you would understand.
I'd like to look at
the Raiders.
For all our friends that are Bear fans, I like the Bear fans. I like the Bear
pick too. I don't know why people are saying no way. Like that's a time when if you're a Bear fan, you're like, and Pace says like, hey, we made a mistake. I made a mistake. Now I'm righting this mistake, and I know it's been a few years, but this is what I'm doing. I don't see why it's that big. And if you're Houston, you're getting the picks back that you just pissed down your leg. So,
right.
Hate it when that
I would
happens.
say of all of them, Jay, I think the Bear or the Jets one makes the most sense.
Yeah, the Patriots one for some reason doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But they're leaning on CBSSports.com is leaning on the relationship between the GM of the Houston and Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
So.
I see that. I'm talking about teams with a more attractive offer, and yeah. So, well, all right, guys. The ball and chain's calling me on the other line. Have a good show, and I'll
have a safe.
See you once I quit talking to her.
Yep. Have a safe trip.
Safe travels. Yeah. Love you. Yeah.
All right, speaking of travels, and we'll get more into that. We'll break some more things down. And I haven't looked at. Do we have any? What do they think? I'm nuts for the Bears? On any of the comments?
You're going with the Bears?
It immediately jumped out at me, and it's not because our area that we are. As soon as he was on there, I was like, listen, this is, and Brad was messaging me yesterday too, and he had another. I'll have to look it up, his scenario of what they would do, but it does make sense to me because. You are now mending that relationship that Bears fans have, and now you don't have that time when you play a Kansas City or Houston and the announcers get to do the dumbest thing ever within 3 seconds and go, you guys remember that they traded up to get Trubisky and
right.
they could have got whatever. So I think that is a way to foster the relationship between Bears fans who are disgruntled and like, this quarterback's terrible or what are they doing? Or do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
And you meet it. I mean, he led the league in passing. And look at what Houston's doing. It's almost like Houston's going to have to. I mean, they don't have to trade him, but right now this is not looking good. I mean,
he's gone.
I mean, she's not answering your phone calls.
That's your first sign.
She's not answering
if
your
he's
texts or
blocked
phone
on
calls.
social media, it's over.
Someone needs to go through his Instagram and see if he's like scrubbed everything.
Did they stop following him?
Houston Texans related or whatever else. If he doesn't follow the Texans anymore, that's the big one too.
That's how you know
if they're no longer any.
Did you hear that so and so broke up? How they didn't? They stopped following him on Instagram.
That's literally how news.
That's how there are news articles about that. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, FYI, they stopped following each other. They're broken up. This is how it works. Yeah,
I don't know this
and
stuff.
Apparently, Kanye West is the thing with Jeffree Star, but
I would not doubt that.
I wouldn't either.
Kanye's gone a little woo woo.
I do not know who Jeffree Star is.
He's a makeup artist and he's a makeup mogul. I love his stuff. I love his products.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
He is a character, to say the least.
Speaking of travels, Bomber.
Okay. Oh Lord, here we go.
Now listen, we have different opinions on things.
Well, I mean,
and listen, hold on.
It's America for now, so we still have the right to do that.
And I understand that the optics may not be the way they are. So let's not go too crazy on the
I don't want to. I'm so exhausted from talking about all of this to so many people. So what I will say is, I know where you're alluding to this. I was there. I was in D.C. I was on the Capitol. I saw it all go down, and I know what I know because I saw it with my own two eye holes. And I didn't see it through a news outlet that can manipulate it however they choose. What I will say is I know for a fact the doors were open. I know people were let in freely. There were people taking pictures with the police inside the building. It was very peaceful, if you will. Now, on the sides of the building is where we saw people, causing chaos and destruction. And for the most part, and I can produce many, many videos to prove this to everybody listening, that there were 99.9% of the people there were yelling at them to stop. People got in the way of them to stop them. With that being said, I want it known that I don't condone any of that kind of behavior, regardless of who it was, whether if it was Antifa or it was Trump supporters. Regardless, I don't condone it. I don't condone the riots and the looting and the fires in the summertime either. But I did see some comments on social media recently where people were saying that I was condoning it, and I was excited. Not at all. When I called into the station and reported back from DC, I was in shock because we were standing in a group, not moving, and we were getting tear gassed. So take that as you will. We weren't moving. There was no movement whatsoever. We're just standing there spectating on all the other stuff going on. There was nothing going on in the group of people, 99.9% of the people that we were with. So I don't know where else to go with this, but I don't want anybody to think that I condone it or I think that it's okay. I will say that I don't believe anything the media projects because I was there and I saw it with my own two eye holes. But the main doors were open when I was there and I saw it myself and people were being allowed in. So don't believe everything you see on the TV, guys. Just, you can't believe everything. There's going to be a spin and a narrative and everything else. That's all I'm going to say. Unless you have questions.
No, listen, and going back to what I talked about yesterday and when, where it was misconstrued about the whole, the gleefully thing. My thing is this, it would be irresponsible if I didn't take that phone call. This is something, even if it is a black eye from the optics, okay?
It's a black eye for who?
For all of us.
For half of the people that think they know what's going on but aren't there I was?
It just doesn't, this is not what, it doesn't matter who did it, Antifa or right-wingers or anything else.
I don't condone it whatsoever.
Not at all. It just doesn't look good. But it's still something that is going to be in our nation's history. So the idea that you were there, it's still, you were there. So the idea to be they took a phone call, you have to take that phone call.
Absolutely.
You just have.
And when I called back to give you guys a heads up. I'm like, okay, you guys, I'm calling with the update. There's tear gas going into the crowds. There's this going. I wasn't laughing. I was nervous. I was like,
it's a nervous laughter.
It was a nervous laughter.
That's a natural
thing. And it was I have no idea what's going on right now. Things they don't add up. And I even said it on the phone call. I'm like, we're just walking. I don't know what's going on. And then I saw somebody trying to break the window and they got booed off. and they got sent down and they got tackled by other people. It was chaos. And I told Jay when I got here, I was like, it's been 3 days of nonstop stimulant. I'm overwhelmed still to this day. Like, I'm exhausted. I can't even process everything that I saw and now what I'm seeing in the media, because it does not add up with what I saw.
So now I just want to ask, like, in a social element of it, when you're at the hotel, I feel like you guys are just sitting around in the hotel, like, all like, I know, right? You guys are all sharing,
I mean, it kind of is like, well, no, here's the thing. In my hotel,
links and everything.
Oh God, it's crazy.
Can you send me that link? Like,
yes. I mean, we're all sharing information, but here's the thing. I was in a hotel with Oath Keepers. Now, I don't know if you know what the Oath Keepers are, but they're nationwide, and they're former military. They're Marines, they're Army, they're National Guard, they're all of it, and they are retired military, and they all take an oath to uphold the Constitution. So we're all talking to them, and they're like, we walked right in and we were getting a tour. The DC Police Department was like walking us through the building, and then all of a sudden chaos erupts and they're trying to usher us out. So nothing that you're seeing in the media is you know what I mean?
They're not going to show anything.
They're not going to show the truth, but it'll come out in the end. I mean, it already is. I've seen on the media or on the social media with recordings from citizens what's really happening.
That being said,
I'm safe. I was safe.
You're safe.
I didn't commit any debauchery. I was a spectator in the whole thing. I watched it. It was a event I will never forget. But I want to make it known that I don't condone anything. Whoever did that, whoever broke the windows or whatever, I don't think that's okay. Just like I don't think that the riots and the looting and everything in the summer was okay. Everybody needs to be held to the same standard. And I am 100% all about not behaving that way. That behaving badly is not what we do as Americans. We're above that. So
you went for something that you believed in. There's going to be people that don't believe the same way you do, but that's also what we try to promote here, is that we can all have opinions.
Absolutely.
And you went for something you believe in. It's something you can pass on to your kids. Like, you went because you believed in something, and that's fine. And that's what I think I was saying yesterday. Like, you guys can stop anytime, like, commenting on when I just say a generalized statement or whatever else, and just, instead of wasting my time and your time, and look at your kids and start explaining the way things should be. Okay? Now, you think of things. Listen, I will say it to you right now. Do I choose to be naive? I do.
Because it's safe.
Thank you.
It's safe. I choose to be awake and know things that make me uncomfortable. Now, let me tell you, I would rather be in your shoes at this point right now in time.
Okay.
Because it's stressful. I don't sleep. I mean, it's nuts right now, and I know that. And people that are on the same page as me agree wholeheartedly. Being awake is not fun right now.
Okay. So, and then you said, and you have a reply to what I say that is very mature and well thought out, because when I say, this is not what I want for America, this is not the way was not what my grandfather fought in World War II for. My grandfather raised me, even though very strong Democrat, very, very strong.
Sure. Well, Democratic Party, I was a Democrat.
Yeah.
So, they're not what they used to be.
But if I were to say something derogatory about Ronald Reagan, he would stop me and say, that is your president.
Sure.
You do not speak that way. And when I say that to you, my grandfather, you reply back very mature, that's not the America that it was then.
It's not. And today, it is not.
That's not an argument. It's one of the things you have to stop and take pause and go, maybe that's the case.
No, it's the case. Yeah. It is overran by corruption right now. And this is bipartisan. This is not just Democrats. This is not just Republicans. It's bipartisan. Everything. There's corruption on both sides right now. And it is insane to watch what we're living through American history right now.
So I'm not going to sit here and put my feet in the sand and be like, nuh-uh. I'm just going to say, do I choose to be naive? And you said safe. And
it's safe.
And like I said, it's a very mature response. To
I wish.
It's not the America that you're taking yourself back to 8 years old Jay, and you're saying like that's your president. Now I'm not going to turn around and ever say like that's not my president. I'm still going to live my life and go whoever it is, whenever the dust settles or whatever else, I'm still going to say that's the president of the United States.
Absolutely,
that's the way I was raised.
When the dust settles, and if there's proven nothing going on, that's
either way.
Yes,
okay?
So,
I'm just saying that the thing is you went for something that you believed in.
I believe in the Constitution.
You did not break any laws. You did
never.
And you get to pass it on. And that's my main thing, is that we still need to teach the next generation that look at what happened here. You
have to stand up for what you believe in, and I want my children to do the same. And my children are the reason why I went there in the first place. Because we don't want democracy and the republic to be overcome with things that we are not even aware of. Not 90%, about 55% is not even aware of what is transpiring behind the scenes right now. They're not. They just, I mean, that's a fact. Yeah. They're not, they don't understand.
But I mean, like I said, It's still a little overwhelming.
I'm still overwhelmed.
We're in the 13th month of 2020.
It's December 42nd.
This is all supposed to go away after the election.
The election's not over.
Know,
it's not over.
So does that mean
now we've got the Insurrection Act? I mean,
is the COVID going
I told
away
you when, yes.
in 12 days?
Yes.
January 19th? Okay. All
And
right.
I know people that don't know, the people that only follow the media are like, what is Bomber talking about? Just wait. Just wait. Be patient. Just let it all play out, and you're going to see in the end exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. That's all I have to say. I'm going to leave it at that, but I do want it out there once again. I don't condone debauchery.
You're back and you're safe.
And I don't condone what happened, regardless of who did it.
I just would love to have a video of you guys all just being like, yeah, send me that link, and like airdrop me that link. And
I was like, I saw that. I saw the guy. And this, yeah, we all did that. But we were just standing there like,
did you read the article? No, I didn't.
Well, I turned him. We're up on the Capitol. We're on the building, but we're over in the corner where it's safer, and we're all just standing on like pallets watching. We're like, what's that? And then we hear, and the wind was blowing, and there's tear gas spraying, and I'm getting hit in the face. And I'm like, I'm not even doing anything wrong, but I'm getting it in the face. I mean, everybody was, it was just
for the links.
I just came for the videos. Like, well, I came to, have my voice heard, but not like that.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
All right, we got to take a break here on ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
Hey, Bomber.
Yes.
Did you know Tri-City Equipment has been locally owned and operated in the Quad Cities since 1934?
I did know that.
You did?
I did, because I used to read the same ad.
Did you also know that they're your best source for restaurant equipment, value, quality, very competitive prices, and full service?
Full service?
Full service!
No way.
Your restaurant equipment choices include kitchen, cookware, cooking equipment, refrigeration, kitchen utensils, tableware, china, glassware, and flatware.
No way.
Yes way. All restaurant equipment and kitchen equipment sales are guaranteed, including 30 days labor and 90-day parts. Are you looking to cater an event, or maybe just looking for some specific items for you, the home chef?
That's me.
Check out Tri-City Equipment online at tricityequipment.com, or stop down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and check out their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom with over 1,600 items in stock. Tri-City does deliver to Quad City residents, and they will match any online price.
Can't beat that.
Give them a call today at 563-322-5382 for any questions you may need for your bar, restaurant, or personal kitchen. Showroom hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday at Tri-City Equipment, located at 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Turk Wendell, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
I can't tell you how many times I've been watching football and wanted to bet the game on my phone. Well, guess what? Now I can, because FanDuel Sportsbook is officially live in Iowa, and now you can register straight from your phone. To celebrate, they're kicking things off in a big way. FanDuel is giving new users their first bet risk-free. That's right, you'll get up to $1,000 back in-site credit if you don't win. Seriously. So not only can you bet on all your favorite teams, but you'll get up to $1,000 back if you don't win your first bet. And that's just one of the reasons why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook app. Ease of use, easy to register, easy to deposit, easy to find your bet. Live betting. Easy to place your bet fast during a game if you see a trend you like. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and be sure to sign up with promo code GOODALL so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code GOODALL. 21 plus and present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. Side credit is non-withdrawable and expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Tanae and Golick Jr.
You can still push forward playing. It's an impossible tightrope. Was it really worth it for you to have to go and mobilize? Is it worth it overall? And that's the hardest thing for me to reconcile when you have a season that looks like the odds of you making it to where you want to go are very slim, and now you're putting people in position where it's not their best luck either.
Tanae and Golick Jr. 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand?
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike three.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
When you order for Casey's curbside pickup this winter, we bring your order outside.
Today's forecast, colder than the shady side of an iceberg.
So you can stay inside your warm car.
I love my heated seats.
We go outside.
Raw punishing winds.
You stay inside.
They're almost too warm.
Outside.
Tomorrow's high, -3.
Inside.
So toasty.
Order for Casey's new curbside pickup and save with new deals like buy any large pizza, get one half off with promo code BOGO. Casey's, here for staying inside.
Bundle up, folks.
Here for good.
I'm Kyle Montgomery with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson has no problem with new GM hire Nick Caserio. He does, however, have a problem with not being included in the decision-making process. NFL Network insider in Rappaport reports that owner Cal McNair informed Watson that he would be involved in the GM and coach hiring process with feedback, but then did neither in the hire of Caserio. He adds that Deshaun has not spoken to Texans brass in the last few days, though they've tried to call him. Meantime, the Rams still don't know who their starting quarterback will be on Saturday. Jared Goff is officially listed as questionable after having surgery on his broken right thumb on December 28th. Bucs wide receiver Mike Evans also a game-time decision, according to head coach Bruce Arians. Evans listed as questionable against the Washington football team after hyperextending his left knee in Week 17. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Hindsight is 2020. 2020 was a brutal year with a lot we couldn't control. Pandemic, economy, unemployment. What can we control? Our job, our career. In 2020, My Computer Career helped more people start IT careers than ever. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Take control. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel. Language for life. Start the new year with a new language. Get up to 60% off now at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
We're playing all the hits. The Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us. We're local here on ESPN 1170 AM. I want to remind everybody that you can listen to us on your smartphone. Download the app ESPN 1170 AM. Wherever you download apps from, you can also listen to us on ESPN1170am.com. Click the Listen Now, and you can listen and watch us on Facebook Live, YouTube. Leave comments in the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. In studio with me is Coral and Bomber's here. We got a phone call a little bit earlier, and if you guys ever want to call in, feel free to call in 563-391-3776.
Just don't call in from Washington, D.C.
We got to talk to T-Roy a little bit, and we talked a little bit about, did some reckless speculating when it comes to Deshaun Watson and what's going on there in the situation. But first, now we have to call our friend Jake from Elite Sportsbook.
Jake from State Farm.
Or that too.
State Farm.
Check in and see what our friends from Elite Sportsbook are up to these days. So I know he called during the break. When I texted him, I said we were going to talk at 12:30, but we went a bit longer in our first segment. So.
Love it.
Maybe he's not.
Jake with the Elite Sportsbook.
Yo,
Jake
Jake.
from State Farm.
What's up, Jake?
How's it going?
Hi, buddy. They just love to get that in there. Hi, buddy. How are you?
Going
hey.
in the Quad Cities today.
Hey. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
All that stuff. Yeah, it's been a while. We had those crazy 2 weeks or whatever else, but now we're back running in full swing here, 5 days a week in the Hassle Castle.
Happy December 42nd.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How's everything going there in Elite Sportsbook?
Everything's going great. We're gearing up for Wild Card Weekend and college football championship, and getting excited for all the other sports coming back and the Super Bowl coming up here. A lot of fun stuff. We've got UFC 257 coming up in January in the Rhythm Room. So I'm going to be showing that fight for free again. As always, make sure to get there early, first come, first serve. All that fun stuff with the limited capacity. But, yeah, there's a lot going on.
So, the UFC, when is that coming up? I should know this.
January 23rd.
Okay. Well, that's an incredible day, by the way. It's not only my friend DK's birthday, but that's also the anniversary when Hulk Hogan beat the Iron Sheik to win his first WWF title. Just throw that out there, But so, Jen, is that
two reasons to celebrate?
There you go. Is that? And again, I should know this, but it's sometimes we bring people in for the stuff. Is Conor McGregor fighting that one?
Yeah, this is a big comeback fight.
Okay.
I love him.
I love Conor.
His nickname is Daddy.
So
after Trump, of course.
You guys are going to be packed.
Yeah. We've got a lot of hype going behind that fight. Been hearing a lot of good things. Everyone's pretty excited, so it's good to have McGregor back in that sense. Just some more hype behind the UFC and have a big good fight going.
So, all right, you said the Rhythm Room. Are you going to have it on at the Draft Day Lounge?
Just a Rhythm Room.
Just a Rhythm Room. Okay. Right now,
the busier it gets and the more people that are interested, that may change. But as of now, it's just a Rhythm Room.
Okay. Then the reason why I'm asking is because the Rhythm Room you have to be 21 to get in, but Draft Day you don't have to be. So I'm just letting our listeners know if they're going to take like the young ones, they're not going to be getting into the Rhythm Room.
Yep, that's 100% correct.
Okay.
Real quick, we have a question for Jake. The new online gambling laws in Iowa. Is it no longer a law to go to the casino to sign up for an account? Is that accurate?
It's accurate, yep, for any of the operators that have that put in place. So we're working on that now. Been doing testing. It's in the final stages. So soon you'll be able to sign up for Elite Sportsbook anywhere within the state of Iowa, and actually really anywhere, in any state, and you'll be able to fund anywhere. You just won't be able to place a bet unless you're actually in the state. So anyone on the Illinois side can essentially sign up over there as well. Cool. On their account.
All right, so I understand everything you're saying. So the new laws that and you guys are all working through your own set of it. So you can sign up and put in funds anywhere, but you have to be. We're still using the geofencing.
Correct. Yep. So the geofencing and geolocation part of the legislature is still there, that you have to be physically within the state.
So our friends on the Illinois side of the Quad Cities, the listeners over there, all they have to do is just drive across the new bridge.
Yeah.
Take a right, drive down State Street or Grant Street, whatever it is.
There's a new bridge?
Street. Yeah. And then, place a bet, turn around, and get back on the bridge, right?
Get out of here.
So you
I had no idea.
Come back, get across the river, come place it, and come back. So everyone go out and get ready to set up your Elite Sportsbook account. Any other
Exactly. And we're still rolling the $500 risk-free bet. So when we do go live with that, you'll be able to enjoy that, wherever you would like there in the state. And then just before we go, too, we've got a few promotions running this weekend. So make sure to check out our website. We've got a college football promotion. If you bet on the game over $100, every passing touchdown that's scored by either team, you'll get a $5 free bet up to $25 back. So a little bit of fun action while you're watching the game.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Whichever team scores.
Yeah, hold on there. Hold on. So if I place a $100 bet on Alabama to cover, every passing touchdown from there that happens during the game, up to 25, I get in free bets, right?
Yep. And any passing touchdown from Alabama or Ohio State.
Yeah, it's a total, but up to 25. But yeah, it's up to 5. But yeah, So I think that's fair, and I think you guys will be handing out a lot of $25 free bets.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Just kind of fun, promotion everyone can enjoy while they're watching the game. And on Wild Card Weekend, for any NFL game, if you place a parlay more than 3 legs and you lose, we'll give you your loss back up to $20. So pretty much a free $20 3+ leg parlay on us.
All right, now I'm gonna break this down.
Here we go.
Yeah, because I like this a lot. If it's got to be bigger than 3 legs, so I have to do a 4-team parlay, right?
3+. So
3 or more.
3
okay.
or more.
Does it have to be spread or can it be money line?
What's that? Sorry.
Does it have to be against the spread or can it be money line?
It can be either.
All right. So, and you said the minimum's got to be $25?
No, you can. We'll refund it up to $20. So
up to $20.
It could be $1. It could be $20. We'll give you back, $1 if you lose, or if you bet 20, we'll give that back. If you bet 30, we'll give you back 20.
That's a no-brainer to do.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a great promotion.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
I mean, because what you're gonna, if you want to, who's gonna throw a wrinkle if you just do a money line parlay of, Bills, Buccaneers. Sorry, Bear fans, Saints, or actually Steelers. I wouldn't say Saints. It's gonna be Steelers, Steelers, Buccaneers, Bills, and you're almost. You can even throw out Buccaneers, and you can even throw out the Bills, and you can throw in the Saints or whatever else, and you're gonna still make a little bit of scratch. That's a great promotion, bud.
Yeah, well, good. Go on the website, check all the terms and conditions. Make sure you understand the entire thing, and we're just trying to create some fun promotions aimed more around events happening on the weekend that everyone can enjoy, and so go along this weekend on your parlay on us. And, it'll be your first 3+ leg parlay, so if you're going to do your $20 free one, make sure that you do that one first instead of going for your long $1 leg parlay.
Exactly.
$1.50.
All right, buddy. Tell everyone where they can follow Elite Sportsbook on social media.
At Elite Sportsbook, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
All right, pal. Let's get rid of this COVID thing so you can be in studio soon. I feel like I say this every time we talk to you. But
for sure.
What we haven't even asked, though, is the mustache still going?
What's that?
Is the mustache still going?
The mustache is still going strong, yep.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
All right.
I'm excited to see it in all its glory next time you come into the studio. It better be Burt Reynolds-esque. That's all I got to say.
I think so.
Yeah, but I think it'll be really nice. So.
All right, my man. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thanks,
you have a good
Jake.
weekend.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon. All right. That's Jake from Elite Sportsbook. Those are two really good promotions. The parlay.
Yeah, that was great.
3-leg, and then
it's a good deal.
Yeah, the $100 and you bet on the national championship game, and for every touchdown pass up to 5, basically, you get $5 free bet, and I'm pretty sure that's going to hit as well. I wonder what the actual prop bet is for the over-under on that. But we have to take our second break of the hour and then come back, and we get to break down the games and who we like. And I know we've already made our predictions, but we're going to come back to that as well.
Was I in on those predictions, or was I gone?
Yeah, you were here on Monday.
Okay, let's do this. Am I back to Moneyline Mama, or did I lose my title forever?
Last week you were off.
Last week, but this week I think I did pretty good.
I haven't played him yet. Last weekend, week 17, you were off.
I won. I beat you.
By 1. Let's not get too excited.
Now we have 6 games.
That was beginner's luck.
We had like 16 before. Now we just have 6 games to go through. So we'll do that when we come back. Read something for me. Yeah.
Sure. It's right here.
Yeah, I'll just do this. Hey, Quad City, stop going to your favorite social media sites asking for suggestions of where to get your oil changed, who does the best tattoo work, or the best place for lunch in the Quad Cities. Pick up your Locals Love Us Guide, QCA Edition. It has easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find whatever you were looking for. Or you can go to their website at localsloveus.com, click on Quad Cities, and then browse favorites. It is so easy to use, even Coral can do it.
Hey!
Locals Love Us, your guide to the best.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Rachel Alger with St. Ambrose University, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. But maybe you're unaware of new tools that can help your business stand out. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too. There's no cost and no obligation. Be one of the first business owners to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising on this station. Get started today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Is this your favorite time of year for sports? I'll bet it is. Sports bettors, are you ready? Are you ready for $100 in free bets? That's right, $100 in free bets. You can now experience Iowa's premium sportsbook from the comfort of your own home. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit just $20. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. All in an easy-to-use app rated #1 on Trustpilot. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Download the PointsBet app now and sign up with code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit $20. That's $100 on your first $20 deposit. So, are you ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
The Max Kellerman Show.
Like, who was that? Greeny, who said the time to say about personal pride was weeks ago? I mean, I understand what he's saying. He's not wrong. It's fine, but I don't think it would have made a difference. Keyshawn saying they started Foles, so there's no. I disagree. The issue is one thing with Chicago. They have no offensive line, period. That's the whole problem. No offensive line. They have a thin receiving core, it's true, but no offensive line. If I had to design a football team, and I have like 10 spots where I can put all my resources, right? Where am I going to put all my resources? Like, what 10 spots do I want covered out of a roster of 50, right? I want a stud quarterback, of course, everyone does. My next 5 spots will be stud offensive linemen.
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
2020 was challenging, but Winger Truck Line is still running strong. Hey, it's Eric, and our Class A CDL drivers get home more often now than ever before with regional and regional home daily runs. Come join us for a successful 2021. Full-time, part-time, and the best lease purchase plan available anywhere. Call me today, 800-593-6433, or see us online at drivewtl.com.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
Is this a championship or bust year for the Brooklyn Nets? It should not be a championship or bust year, considering Kevin Durant is coming off an Achilles injury. Expectations for me, and I'm a Nets fan, will tell you, if we got to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm okay with that. If they lose, I'll be disappointed, but okay, that's trending in the right direction.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Hey, Quad Cities, this is Jay Bird from ESPN 1170 AM's Don't Hassle Us for Local, and I'm sharing some exciting news with you. BetMGM Sports is coming soon to Iowa. That's right, the same folks that light up the Las Vegas Strip with the world's greatest sports books and casinos will be offering real money wagering on a state-of-the-art app that's easy to use and features all of your favorite sports. Find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks with parlay bonus payouts, in-game wagering, boosted odds specials, daily promotions, and much more. Plus, every time you make a wager, you'll earn credits in M Life Rewards, the exclusive loyalty program of MGM Resorts. Now, every game and every play will mean something more, no matter what your favorite sport is. It's almost showtime, so get ready to experience sports like never before. Be among the first fans in the state to download the BetMGM Sports app, coming soon to Iowa. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
On your radio, on your phone, on Alexa. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us for Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. I want to remind you guys that you can download the ESPN 1170 AM app, get all notifications for the prizes that we run here at Town Square, things that we're writing about, talking about, and you can also listen to us on ESPN1170AM.com, and you can watch and listen to us on Facebook Live. We had Jake on the phone from Elite Sportsbook. He gave us some good information. And actually, Erickson on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread made a really, really good point. If it's a risk-free and it's up to $20, you might want to do a money line with some dogs, and it's a big payout. I mean, if you can find the dogs is the thing. And where am I going to find 3 at? Well, I don't know if it's going to happen. I do. Washington would probably be in the mix, and then the Rams, and then Tennessee. Or do I like the Colts more than I like Washington?
Tennessee.
Tennessee is in the mix. They're at home. They're a home dog. You've got the factor of nobody believes in us. Look at Vegas even says that we shouldn't be favored at home. Derrick Henry, just ball control offense. Tennessee's in there, but we have to find 3 is what he's saying. Or that's not a bad idea. Or you just throw the Tennessee in. It is risk-free just to add it up a little bit. So let's say we do the Rams. Let's say we do Tennessee. And then I don't think Cleveland's going to pull it off. I don't think the Bears are going to pull it off. So now we're down to the Colts or Washington football team. Which way would you lean? I think too much. I think I'm going to lean towards Washington, seriously. And I know,
Really?
yeah, just because I think the Bills are just playing at too much of a different level right now. So let's say we do that as a $20, and we just took all dogs.
Are you on?
Yeah, we're on. $20 to win $541.
What?
$20 to win $541.
Uh-huh.
Let's do it.
If we took those dogs, and then it's a risk free because you get $20 back, free bet.
That almost makes me want to bet.
This is what people call enabling. The type of
You're an enabler, Jay.
Yeah. So I mean and Erickson brings up a good point. If it's free, you get your $20 back in a bet. Now it's not like I want to explain to everybody. It's not like $20 goes into your account and you can go back to the casino and be like, I want my $20. It now is a free bet in the future. You're placing $20 somewhere else on it. Okay, so it's not like you are spending your money. It's just you got to hope to get another bet in the future.
Or if you're lucky, you're spending somebody else's money.
Yeah, I'm okay with the Rams and I'm okay with Tennessee. The Washington one is a stretch, but you have to keep in mind, Tom Brady doesn't do well with a strong front defense, and Washington's got it. It's his first ever wild card game away from that's on the road, and he's 1-6 straight up and 0-7 against the spread in his last 7 night games.
So who are you? You're not going for the Buccaneers? Who are you going for?
I think they're going to win. But so we're talking about Jake and the free promotion, the $20 parlay.
Gotcha.
And Erickson said on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, well, if it's free, why wouldn't you just go for dogs? So you're getting money line is like, okay.
Because if you go for the underdog, you get more money.
Yes,
I know how betting works.
Yeah, I know you understand how it works, but there's people out there. So like the Rams, the Rams would beat Seattle. They're plus 150. When I say plus 150, that means if you think the Rams are going to win and you bet 100, you're going to win 150.
Sure.
Okay, because they're not favored to win the game. Same thing. Now the Washington football team is plus 340. So you have to use that in your brain of like I put down 100 to win 340. And the same thing with Tennessee. They're plus 155. 100 to win 155. So on the other side of it, for the favorites, let's just look at Baltimore, who's favored. They're minus 175. You have to put up $175 to win 100.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
no.
No.
It doesn't sound fun, does it?
No.
Or like the Saints are so heavily favored, they're minus 500. Meaning you have to put up $500 just to win 100.
Yeah, well, who would do that?
There's plenty of people that would do it.
That blows my mind.
I can take you through story after story.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's betting syndicates. Like these people that have money, not us. They'll get together.
Amen.
They'll get together and they'll throw
a woman
5-6 figures into one big pot. All right. I know.
It took me a second.
They'll throw it into one big pot, and they'll hire someone to be their gambling guy, the person who goes through everything. And
it's called a bookie, Jay.
No.
Oh.
It's called a sharp.
Oh,
a pro
okay.
or a sharp.
Okay.
And they'll go in, and they're the ones that will change the line. Now, the Bills probably will never sniff. I think it might even open up where we're at. I think it was at 6.5. But the Bills will probably never see 7 because the sharps will be all over 7. They'll jump all over a +7. They'll take it the Colts.
Sure. Okay.
These people are smart enough. We look at the points and we go, oh, the Bills. We look at the favorites and we're called Joes. They're called pros. All right.
Mhm.
And
we're never going to be pros.
Yeah, we look at it and we go, well, we want to bet the over because it's more fun to cheer for scoring.
Yeah.
And we want to bet
Money line is...
and we want to bet the spread because we think the Seahawks are going to beat the Rams by more than 3.5. But they're going to look at it a lot of different ways, different tangibles, and that's how you have to be smart. and where you're betting at. I am not a very smart gambler. A lot of times I spite bet. I get angry about something that shouldn't have happened. And then
You're emotional, Jay.
Yes, and then I said, well, if we're putting it all on the night game, then spite betting, by the way, is sometimes works out better than you're actually when you've done all the research.
Spite has never steered me correctly, so I'm going to stay away from that.
So
betting has never steered me correctly. To be
it
honest.
has me. Done very well.
Not
In the
me.
past, I
Not
don't
me.
do it so much anymore. Times are tough, but you know what I mean.
So
Thanks, Pritzker.
That being said, let's take a look at each game.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's go. Wait, I don't have my copy. Do you have one for me?
What do you mean?
I don't have my normal pick page.
Where's your page at?
I have this.
Oh, I don't have that for you. I'll get it for you. I
Okay,
just wanna
don't
leave
worry about it.
Yeah. But you filled this out already.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I have no idea.
We need to hang it up.
In one of these mini piles that we have.
Yeah.
Here,
That's
I'll-
Troy's.
Mine's got to be in there.
Well, I'll be Monkey's uncle.
Well, it's all right. We'll just go.
Yeah.
Go
all
through
right.
it. I'll remember.
So the first game is probably one of my favorite games of the weekend. That's the Colts at the Bills. All right.
Okay.
Colts are 11-5, and but Josh Allen has been playing very, very well lately, including the Bills. The Bills actually have won their last 6 games, and they're beating the opponents by an average of 19.8 points per game.
Okay.
During this stretch, Allen has had 19. Josh Allen, quarterback of the Bills, 19 TDs and 3 interceptions. Buffalo's favored by 6 on Elite Sportsbook. It's 6.5. Some other places the over under is at 51. Actually, on Elite, it's 51.5. According to Axial Sports, the key matchup is Xavier Rhodes on Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs led the league in receptions. He's with 127, and he also led in yards with 1,535 yards. And the other thing is Jonathan Taylor, the running back for the Colts.
I loved him in that movie or that show, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, right?
What?
Not the same guy, but he's lacking the Thomas part to it. But yeah,
JTT.
Home Improvement.
Yeah, Home Improvement.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Remember the Wilson, the neighbor? You just saw his eyes?
Yeah.
Anyways, that just took me back down memory lane. Thank you for that.
In the second half of the season, Taylor just kind of broke out, and luckily, and the Colts did it, and it really let him unleash. He went for, in the second half, 837 yards and 8 touchdowns over his final 6 games. I have the Bills going to the Super Bowl.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. We've been through this. I don't know if you remember Monday. I actually have.
I do, but it was like 4 days ago.
It was a long time ago.
It felt like a month ago.
Yeah. Well,
the Bills, really?
Yeah. Well, again, I'll take you back. It was a long time ago. I actually have Baltimore beating Tennessee, and I have Baltimore beating Kansas City in the next round.
Okay, now
and
I know
you're upset.
No, I'm not upset. I know you're on drugs. It's fine.
Yeah, I have Baltimore and Buffalo in the AFC Championship. Just throwing it out there.
You want to place a friendly wager?
Well, if Baltimore wins, then we will. Yeah.
No. You said that they're going to beat the Chiefs. You want to do a wager if it makes it that far?
Yeah, if Baltimore beats Tennessee, then yes, they have to beat Tennessee first. Then yes, I will stick to what
All right,
I'm
what
saying.
do you want to bet?
I don't know. We'll get to that point on Monday.
Our mortgages.
Fair. That sounds good. Remind me never to say whatever makes you nervous. My mortgage. And that's what we're doing next. Okay, but if it gets to that point, we'll do that. But I think Buffalo's playing well here, and that's why I don't think the Colts are going to get him. Phillip Rivers in the playoffs kind of gives me a little bit of pause. I just really liked what Buffalo was doing going in last week, where it was kind of like they could have sat everybody and they just, got all over Miami. So that's the Saturday game, the early game, and then Saturday in the afternoon. There's my other ones here. We go to NFC. No, NFC. Oh yeah, the Rams at the Seahawks.
And who do you got for that?
Well, right now, we don't know. I know he took snaps yesterday. Jared Goff's status after thumb surgery, we don't really know. And John Wolford is John Wolford. I mean, that's really what we know about him.
Big disappointment?
But is he better than Goff? Like, I don't know. He can stretch. When a play's not there, he can actually run when Goff doesn't.
How about the thumb thing, though? Let's just piggyback that for a second, because I remember a certain Green Bay Packer playing multiple games with a broken thumb. Can you tell me who that Packer was?
I don't know. Aaron Rodgers?
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre?
Favre beans. He played with a broken thumb for 3 games.
Seattle's favored in this game by 3.5. The over-under is 42.5. In Week 17, rookie John Wolford became the first player in NFL history with 200 passing yards and 50 rushing yards in his first career start. Now, it was against Arizona, but Arizona wasn't a must-win. It wasn't a very high-scoring game. If you remember correctly, the Rams actually scored on a pick 6 and a safety. So, yes, 8 out of their 19 points came from their defense.
It would be like us playing like a little league team. Baseball.
But they do have the Rams do have the NFL's best defender in Aaron Donald, but it's Russell Wilson.
Go Russell.
Jalen Ramsey can probably shut down DJ Metcalf. I like the Rams in this situation. I did pick them to win this game.
Are you just going for like the all-around underdog ticket, or?
No. Hold on. This is the first round. Okay. Buffalo's favored against Indianapolis. I picked Buffalo.
Okay.
We're jumping ahead to where Baltimore. I'm not going. There's something. Not everything is going to be chalk. Not everything is the higher seed's going to win. You have to find the one that's
for sure
going to throw out. And I think, and this is a 6 versus a 3. I think this is where it's at. People may think I'm crazy, but I like this one.
I definitely do.
Do you?
I know you are. I know you're crazy. That's why we get along so well.
Jay.
Yeah.
You might want to look at the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread.
Okay.
Erickson has an update.
You can just tell me. What?
Jay did the bet. A $20 3-teamer money line with Washington football team, Rams, and Colts pays $741.
$20. Hold on a second there. Erickson.
Okay, Jay did a bet. Oh, good. Jay did the bet. A $20 3-teamer money line with.
So you did a 3-teamer parlay.
Rams, Colts.
Money line.
Yeah.
Parlay.
With Washington, Rams, and Colts. And you won already? Wait,
no.
He just did it?
If it pays out, yeah.
That's a bet worth taking.
I'm interested.
Let's go. After this, let's run to the casino. $20. We could win $741.
Yeah, we'll just put it into our account. That's how you get the free bet. Whatever else, we'll have to put in our account. All right, I like that. $741. All right. Okay, we're going to look at the Washington football team, the number 4 seed hosting the Buccaneers. Again, like I said, I like their defense. There's other crazy things here. It is Tom Brady. It's the Buccaneers, and they have beaten up on some teams the last 2 weeks. I think they scored 91 points in the past 2 weeks.
I hate that I root for them because I hate Tom Brady, but you know.
Tom Brady. Here's a key stat. Here's another. It's not a key stat. Here's a fun fact for you.
I don't hate him as an athlete. I hate him as a person.
Tom Brady has more playoff wins with 30 than the Washington football team franchise, 23. And they've been around since 1932. He's got 30 playoff wins. They have 23. Just a little fun thing for you there.
Well, that's only 7 less. That's not a huge margin.
We got to keep an eye on Mike Evans. He's questionable with the knee, but Antonio Brown has really stepped up. He's had 20 catches and 4 TDs the past 3 games. So, is Alex Smith going to be able to do this? I don't know.
Alex Smith is a former Chief. He is absolutely going to be able to do this.
He's absolutely going to win Comeback Player of the Year, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Chief. I mean, that blood bleeds red, yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And beautiful.
Sunday game.
Let's do it.
The Ravens at the Titans. This is the only rematch from last year's playoffs. And Baltimore got blown out by Tennessee. The only rematch. Even though I have Baltimore winning, I have to point out that Lamar Jackson right now is 0-2 in the playoffs. He has yet to win a game.
Wasn't he injured, though?
I don't know. Not last year. He won the MVP last year. Both teams have 2 of the best NFL's rushing offenses. But Baltimore has the 8th best run defense. Tennessee ranks just 19th.
8th versus 19th.
Yes.
Well, that's quite a jump there. What do you think, Corral?
I don't know.
This is the one where I said they're favored on the road, but I wouldn't be surprised either way. But I took Baltimore, yes. And then I just think they're clicking at the right time. And then, unfortunately...
I think you'd be a fool not to take Baltimore.
Okay.
Just going to put that out there.
Because of the defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and it's the fun thing is you kind of just have like Derrick Henry he has that attitude like he's just going to run you over.
Yeah, but he can follow through.
Yeah.
He's not one of the ones that say they can and then they just don't show up.
Lamar Jackson has something to prove also, though.
Now.
Like I said earlier in the show, Tennessee has the no one believes in us. Vegas doesn't respect us. We're at home. We won the division, and we're not favored. They have that. They have that aspect going for them. We're Baltimore, where Lamar Jackson's like.
But who respects Vegas? I mean, let's be honest.
Well, not Vegas Raiders. I'm talking about Vegas like they're not favored at home, 3.5.
Right.
So, all right. And then the afternoon, you've got the Bears and the Saints. So,
who you got?
Bears started off at 5-1 in the season, making me look great as my prediction that they were going to go 10-6 on the year.
Mm-hmm.
But then they slid and they went 3-7 after that. And then they finally got in, winning 3 of its final 4 games. And the 3 wins were all against non-playoff teams.
Whoa. Time out.
Whoa. Time out.
Erickson, add the Bears instead of the Colts, and it pays $10.75.
Play all 4. You know what?
What?
You can play all 4.
Let me write this down.
The Bears one is going to be a stretch, but I like where our heads are at. That
it could happen.
Yeah,
it's unprecedented times, Jay. It could happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so read these to me out in order, please, and our listeners, so that they know what to bet on.
Washington football team.
Okay, I hate that, but okay.
Yeah, Rams, Colts.
Okay.
And Bears.
So that is a 4-team parlay that money line 4-team money line parlay that he is saying to bet on, and you could win on a $20 bet. You could win up to
$3,708.
Okay.
For who? Who did he throw in there?
That's kind of.
He threw in the Colts.
Yeah.
And what did I have that he didn't have? Does he not have the Titans? He took them out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he did because the money's not there. He's looking.
Yeah.
He has the Rams, right?
He has Washington football team, Rams, and Colts.
And
then
these,
if you throw in the Bears.
Yeah, $3,480. Yeah.
This is not okay. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not out of the realm of possibility.
It's completely not out of the realm of possibility.
It is realistic. I mean, this is
the Bears
not,
one I think is the stretch right now. Okay.
But they've surprised us in the last couple weeks too.
Well, a couple things you need to look at. Alvin Kamara might miss the game because of COVID protocol. That's the running back for the Saints. Other things, it's going to be about turnovers in this game. The Saints tied for the league lead in interceptions, 18, while the Bears threw the 4th most with 16.
Okay.
Yeah, this is up to what now? 9.5. Yeah,
$20 to win 3,700.
3,400, 3,480.
Oh no, that's such a big difference.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when you just even do that much, yeah, I've got it at. Maybe I have a different team. I have 3,480. But it's
$20 doesn't even buy Chick-fil-A. I mean, come on. Is the risk worth the reward, Jay?
Well, the fun thing is this game's going to be on Nickelodeon, so.
Yeah, I do have Nickelodeon. Dang it. Okay, so let's do it.
Well, we're getting there.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna let's do it.
You got to set up an Elite Sportsbook account because it has to be online.
I have it on my phone.
Okay.
I didn't.
And then finally, Cleveland's back in the playoffs for the first time in 18 years. They're the Sunday night game. This thing, I think, it opened up real low. And where am I at here? This is the fun part.
Should I do it?
This thing opened up. Troy got this. This actually opened up at like 3.5 or 4. I had this at 6.5. It's all the way up to 6 now. Because of the COVID, Cleveland's going to be without probably their best weapon, their new head coach, Kevin Stefanski. I don't know what's going to happen with anybody else.
Who do the Bears play?
The Bears play the Saints.
Oh, okay, that's scary. I'm still gonna. I mean, it's worth the $3,700. Yeah. 34, whatever. So you were on course. You said, what'd you say, 6.5?
Yeah, my original pick was 6.5. It's now up to 6. When we did guess the lines,
by the time they play, it'll be 6.5.
I didn't guess COVID. Here's a fun fact for you: the Browns' last playoff win came on New Year's Day in 1995, 4 months before Baker Mayfield was born. They're Cleveland's starting quarterback. He's going to have a lot of pressure on him. Pittsburgh has the NFL sack leader in T.J. Watt. but they do have some issues in their secondary than defense. Linebackers out, and I think there's cornerback is questionable. It really comes down to Big Ben and if he's got another run in him or not. I don't think Cleveland stands a chance. So, but those are the games this week. It's highlighted. If I rank them by importance, which I did, I say Titans Ravens is a must see, and I think then it goes.
How many injuries do we have in the Bears right now? Who's out for COVID? Who's injured? Do we know?
Nah, I can look at their list, but I don't think they're under like COVID protocol or anything like that. So.
All right, you know what? I'm going to take this and run with it. I'm just going to see how it goes.
And then you get a $20 free bet.
It's $20. I can't even buy Chick-fil-A for the fam for that.
And then turn around and then here's the deal. And then use your $20.
I know how to work. You know my money line, my money line account that I used to have.
$20 bet that's free and put it on Alabama to cover the spread against Ohio State.
Alabama to cover the spread against Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Alabama.
Me too.
All right, so let me.
So, let's say Titans Ravens is the must see. That's on Sunday afternoon. That's on Sunday at noon. And then I lean Seahawks Rams Saturday afternoon game is number 2. Then I go Bills Colts, the noon game on Saturday. Saints Bears at 4. I think I had them at 3 earlier in the day though. Yeah, I moved it up. Meh. This is what I had earlier in the week. Tennessee, Baltimore is the must-see one. Number 2, Seattle Rams. 3 was Bears, New Orleans. I guess maybe I felt something a little bit different then. Now Buffalo, Indianapolis, 4. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, 5. Washington, Tampa Bay, 6. But if we make it interesting there and we go to Elite Sportsbook, they're all going to be a fun time too.
You know what, Eddie? He said Chiefs are going to lose. He just wants to see a reaction. And I know I know he's talking about me. Yeah. That's fine. You can say it all day long. I'll have the last reaction, okay?
Let's take our first break of the second hour here at ESPN 1170 AM. And don't hassle us, we're local.
Hey, Bomber.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know?
I did.
Oh. Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa. It is nestled beautifully along the bank of the mighty Mississippi. It has served the fine community of Davenport, Iowa since 1992 with awesome beers like the Davenport Gold, which is a satisfying American ale, the Wise Guy, their take on an instantly recognizable German wheat beer, or the Raging River, an English-inspired American India Pale Ale.
Don't forget about the Cherry Bomb Blonde.
And the Cherry Bomb Blonde.
That's right.
Like our little Leah here right here.
I'm the Cherry Bomb Blonde.
Check out their Facebook page for food and drink specials, and also visit their website at www.frontstreetbrew.com. Don't just take our word for it. Stop into the restaurant on East River Drive or the tap room in the Freight House Complex.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
This is Bobby Metcalf from the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Listen up, football fans. I've got the perfect way to make the playoffs even more exciting this weekend. It's called a same-game parlay bet, and they're only available on FanDuel Sportsbook. A same-game parlay bet lets you combine multiple bets from a single game for an even bigger win during the first round. You can combine the money line, the over-under, and player props all in one parlay. And the best of all, FanDuel is letting you place a same-game parlay bet risk-free. All FanDuel customers, you can get up to $10 back on your bet if you don't win. The playoffs are the perfect time to give one a shot. It's just one of the many ways to win on FanDuel. Ease of use, easy to register, easy to deposit, easy to find your bet. Product features, multi-game parlay and same-game parlay ops so you can get a massive payout on a small bet. If you haven't already, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up to get started and use my promo code GOODALL at sign up. That's promo code GOODALL at sign up. If you're a current customer, then you're all set. Go check out same-game parlays only available on FanDuel Sportsbook. 21 plus and present in Iowa. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
All right, all you trivia fans, get ready to play the Big Brothers Big Sisters virtual Trivia Putt-Putt. Question 1. When can you play Trivia Putt-Putt?
January 27th through the 30th, and 5 different sessions are open for play.
That's right. And where will Trivia Putt-Putt be held?
It's virtual, and you can play from anywhere.
Right again. Plus, it only costs $30 to play. Be the smarty pants of your group. Go to triviaputtputt.org and sign up today.
Today, Angola Jr.
We're going to get probably IU and Northwestern in the Big Ten title game, and then have people staring up and wondering here, is Ohio State going to make it? I could see a very real world where they're missing the playoff all of a sudden. It's less to me about the sanctity of a conference championship, which has never, quite frankly, meant all that much to me. It's about another data point. And the Big Ten creating an opportunity for Ohio State to have that chance to show the committee yet again, because that's what conference championships really are. Not something you can hold over Notre Dame's head as an independent for all these years, but an opportunity when all the committee is watching to go out there and show we deserve to be a part of this, because with the schedule they've played so far, with the performances Ohio State's put out there, I think you would have a hard time saying that resumes mean anything and allowing that Ohio State team in the playoff as it currently sits.
Shanae Angola Jr., 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
When you order for Casey's curbside pickup this winter, we bring your order outside.
Today's forecast, colder than the shady side of an iceberg.
So you can stay inside your warm car.
I love my heated seats.
We go outside.
Raw punishing winds.
You stay inside.
They're almost too warm.
Outside.
Tomorrow's high, -3.
Inside.
So toasty.
Order for Casey's new curbside pickup and save with new deals like buy any large pizza, get one half off with promo code BOGO. Casey's, here for staying inside.
Bundle up, folks.
Here for good.
And here's the crazy thing, Lakers fans. AD needed championships. Chips, plural, to start entering the greatest power forward ever conversation, because he's got the skills, right? But Tim Duncan did too, and Tim Duncan's got 5 chips. Well, AD's got 1 now. How many does he need to win with the Lakers before he starts entering that conversation? Who's the greatest power forward of all time?
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Hey, Quad Cities, it's Jaybird with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Get your local sports talk 12 to 2 with me, T-Roy, Bomber, and Surge. Download the station app to listen to us anywhere, and like us on social media to join in the conversation. Plus, when you sign up to be an ESPN Insider, you'll get access to all of our great contests and everything that's going on at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. We are the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Were there not rumors circling around about whether the Rams were going to bench Jared Goff?
No, that's just
he's not having a better season than Kyler Murray.
Never benching
he's not
Jared
having
Goff.
a better season than Kyler Murray. How could you have him ranked ahead of him?
I think he's a better quarterback than Kyler Murray, but that's just me.
Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170. Can't leave the office during lunch? Well, you can still listen to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local from noon to 2 on Alexa. Download the skill and just tell Alexa to play ESPN 1170 AM to never miss a thing from the Quad Cities Sports Leader. Download the ESPN 1170 app today and never miss a thing from the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170, KBOB Davenport.
I want to thank you for tuning in to ESPN 1170 AM. Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, and watching and commenting on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Before the break, we were figuring out how to take $20 and turn it into $3,400, $3,480 to be.
And we're
close.
not selling drugs. So
No, we're not. So,
Not this time.
Thanks to our friend from Elite Sportsbook. If we're going to take, because basically, if you in the first hour, we talked to Jake from Elite Sportsbook, and there's a promo that they have going on, and if you make at least a 3-leg parlay of a $20, they will. If you lose, they'll give you $20 in free bets. And we kind of started, thanks to our friend Matt Erickson, looking at some of the dogs in the NFL games this weekend, and figured out a way that maybe we could take 20 into 3,400. Yesterday, I told the story about the NFL Playoff Bowl, which was actually the third place game that was played from 1960 to 1969. There's a nice email that was shared by Kendall Baker from Axios Sports, and it was from Harvey Green, the longtime former PR director of the Miami Dolphins. And the email reads like this. I enjoyed reading your article about the Playoff Bowl, also known as the Runner-Up Bowl. We called it the Hinky Dink Bowl. And he said, I have a story to add to it. As you know, Don Shula's 347 victories as an NFL head coach is the most by any coach in league history, but he always thought his real total should have been 349 wins. He won 2 playoff bowls when he was the head coach of the Colts, and asked me a few times why those wins didn't count in his overall win total. He said he prepared the team to win those games just as he would for any regular season or playoff game. Full practices, meetings, film study, everything. He thought the game should have counted in the official statistics just as the NCAA men's basketball tournament's third place game, which was played in those days. It counted in the team's official records. So I called the NFL to ask why those 2 wins didn't count in his total, and was told the league considered those games as exhibitions similar to the Pro Bowl. When I told that to Shula, he said, as you can guess, when he told it to Shula, as you can guess, he was none too thrilled about the answer, and he said to me, then why the heck did they keep score for them? He always thought those 2 wins should have counted. He's the all-time winner in the NFL as a head coach, and he still wanted 2 more victories. That's great. That makes me happy.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Yesterday, Iowa played at Maryland. It's the only meeting that's going to be between these 2 teams of the regular season. Iowa did not start off very hot. And matter of fact, I got really excited when Fran called a timeout, and they had the camera on him, and the mask was down, and you could see him using the F word.
That was your favorite.
That's my Fran that I like.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
Yeah, so he said, you guys listen to me right now. You need to get effing focused.
You were stoked about that, though.
You could see it on ESPN, too. So that was great. All right, so they were down. They responded, and at that point, they just completely dismantled them. They beat them 89-67. It's the most Iowa's ever scored in their 12 games against Maryland, and it's the largest margin of victory in the series. Luka Garza, who was played I think it was 10 miles away from where Maryland was, he had 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and then basically the biggest thing was when they went on a 20 straight points scoring span. It would be for 8 minutes and 28 seconds in the first half, and Iowa also scored 35 of the final 42 points over the last 12 minutes and 51 seconds of the first half. It was a 35-7 run. Now, the other thing that's important there is the over-under was 153. I had some texts. Do you think it's going to hit? I said, of course I think the over-under is going to hit. And it did by 3 points.
56?
Yep, 156. So, luckily Maryland scored some points in the end, but I always have faith that Iowa's going to get somewhere between 90 to 100. They just got to 89, and it was enough. So, like I said, that was only that's going to be the only regular season meeting between Iowa and Maryland. So, congratulations to the Hawks, number 5 in the country. They can continue to have their run. So, other news that's going on, and this is kind of a little. I'm trying to figure this out exactly where I feel about this.
Okay.
So we know who Stephen A. Smith is. He's a guy that's kind of, we consider the face of ESPN. He's in the morning with First Take. He yells at Max Kellerman. He yells at everybody, whatever else. Mm-hmm. They have taken his show, and when he renegotiated his contract, he didn't want to do the radio show anymore. But now he's going to host a weeknight show on ESPN Plus. But it's going to be more of a late night feel. Like, he even goes on to say things like, you could see Snoop Dogg one day, Sean Hannity the next. And Stephen A. said, you just never know because I'm friendly with so many people from different elements of our society.
You're going to have mood lighting and cognac? And
I don't know. It's a 30-minute show. It'll be available every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday night. And it will also be on demand. Stephen A. is the show's executive producer. And his production company will co-produce alongside ESPN.
It's going to be interesting.
The idea of that he wanted to do it was when he was renegotiating contract, he wanted to do something different. He said, I've always had an aspiration to do something with late night feel, something that brings levity to the situation. The show will allow me to be more lighthearted and show other facets of my personality. It's going to be the world according to Stephen A., but also the world Stephen A. lives in. I have ESPN Plus. I don't know how much I'm going to invest time into this.
What time does it start?
It starts Monday. It's supposed to be at night. Actually, the time. It's supposed to be a late. It's a 30-minute show, but it's supposed to be later on at night. It's a late night feel.
It's like 10.
Yeah, I would assume 10? So. Yeah.
I'll be in bed by then.
Yeah. And the reason why he did this when he renegotiated his contract is he really sees the idea of how streaming is coming, direct to consumer, and he said I'd be foolish to ignore that. He said, I applaud Disney and ESPN for moving in this direction. And he said, I'm proud to be
They
a
don't
part
have a
of it.
choice. Everything else is they're losing their ratings. They don't have a choice. Media is dying. It's fact.
You know, we are media, right? We shouldn't
We're
say
not
that.
dying
Yeah.
because we're local and we're fun,
there
and,
you go.
and ESPN is nationwide. But I'm talking about the main streamers.
Yeah.
Well,
they're going down, clown.
Yeah, I think I've asked you this before, but have you guys cut the cord?
I don't watch any mainstream media.
I mean, but like you just stream everything like Netflix, Disney Plus. Or
No, and honestly, I only pay for cable. I'm out of contract. I can count, but my kids have like 4 channels that they can't live without.
Okay.
So I'm literally paying $80 a month for 4 channels.
Well, I never had cable in college and everything because it was another expense.
I need to get rid
and
of
like
it.
my parents, I just use my parents' Netflix and whatever. So I never got cable, and then I was like, I don't miss it, so I just don't really care.
I'm close. It's gonna happen.
Quite frankly, I don't know.
It's not worth it.
You're right there. Like I think now my kids they're starting to figure out how to stream everything, so it's not a big deal to them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm on the
Cooper's right
cusp.
at that age
Yep.
where eventually he's going to start watching everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
He's almost there right now.
so it was to us. It was like, yeah, it's no big deal. And I haven't missed the thing unless it's like if I have to search for like a live sporting event. That's about it. But
yeah,
other
and you
than
can
that,
stream that
yeah,
basically
everything-
anywhere.
Well, I mean, like my grandma has Dish, so.
Oh, I hate Dish. I sued him and I won.
I never watch it. She always watches stuff all day. I don't.
But
she's retired.
I haven't even like
Corral.
True.
There's things like on Hulu where I'm like,
Oh,
I
I
have to
would do
watch it.
too.
Where before, I guess it's not like I really sat down and was like, oh, I got to watch the Goldbergs at
Never.
7 o'clock
Not
at
since
night.
Roseanne.
Like,
Remember?
but
Not since Roseanne.
Not since Roseanne in the 90s.
But I would make sure I had it on the DVR and I'd watch it like
Right.
later, and then you go through. But now you just have to wait a little bit on Hulu and you can watch it.
They're obsolete. I mean, honestly, everything that I watch personally, and I'm sure you too, you can stream anywhere.
Yeah.
And you might have to pay $2.99 for like a season, but that's better than $80 a month or what have you. $120.
Yeah, I literally got HBO Max to watch Game of Thrones.
I have it because when I run on the treadmill, I watch HBO Go on my phone.
Yes.
So I can use it on my TV as well because I have smart TVs in every room of the house. Now the kids, when they eat dinner, we have a little breakfast nook type thing, and there's a little 13-inch TV right there. That's when they watch their shows that they DVR. So for me to get rid of that, that's not a smart TV. They're gonna have to eat in silence. They're not gonna be happy about that.
No one likes that. Have you watched Game of Thrones before?
Yes.
You're
This
just
is
watching
my
it.
third time or fourth time through.
I just started it again too.
I'm reading the books now too.
Jon
I
Snow.
remember you telling me that.
Tell me, right or wrong. Jon Snow is completely overrated. Nope, she thinks I'm wrong. I think I'm right, but whatever. I like the Scottish.
Hold on a second now.
Dude.
I'm going to ask you this.
I wish people just listening to this could have seen my face right now.
I can tell you a
She
lot
gave
of
me a
things.
stink
I
eye.
can tell you a lot of things. And we can we'll do this. Hold on. 4 times? Fourth time?
Yeah.
Ask her how many times she's seen Harry Potter.
Hold on a second. I don't want to get into Harry Potter. Like I don't like that
I'm
stuff
wearing
at
my
all.
Harry
She
Potter shoes.
she has Harry Potter tattoo.
I have 2.
Yeah, it's
3.
weird.
My birthday's coming up, and so how many years ago? I think 2 or 3 years ago, I went down to Orlando for my birthday, and it happened to be a day of like Harry Potter weirdos were all there.
Hey.
And I got mad at one of them because one of their capes touched my leg. Like I was like,
You told me about
yeah,
this.
I was
You
like,
would have hated DC then because
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many whips in the face I got with flags.
yeah. So I at one point. My whole Game of Thrones thing started when, and those who know the history of the show, when we had our podcast Dapper Crap. What happened was we had run out of the 10th episode of The People versus OJ came up. And I texted the guys, Lavora and Nick and T-Roy, and I said, hey, Game of Thrones is starting. And I can't remember what season it was. I mean, it was like one of the last 3 or whatever else. So-
Yeah.
And I said, Game of Thrones, should we do a Dapper Crap of Game of Thrones? And these guys are like, Lavora and Nick are like, oh my God, you just can't just jump into Game of Thrones.
You can't.
And they're like, do you know how many podcasts there are? And I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
and then
there's
so
a lot.
I remember exactly where I was. And then I text back and I was like, if you two don't think I know the difference between a dragon and a dwarf, then you guys do not know me.
There's
I'm sure
only
you-
one dwarf, and he drinks and he knows
So
things.
I started to watch it from the beginning as a joke. Then I would talk about during our podcast, and I would give them fake names. Like, for example, Jon Snow was known as JT Snow, a former baseball player. So I had.
Oh,
so
God,
then I had. Then I had to watch the entire thing.
You have to start
And then
from
what'd you
episode-
think?
I thought it was fantastic. I will always say it was, and it was the last true, I believe, appointment television. We don't have anymore because we're talking about streaming. And the only thing appointment that we have anymore is sports. We know the time. We need to be there. We need to watch it, right? And I think they're doing a good job with some of it. I think Shameless is appointment television still. I
Yeah.
think The Last Dance was appointment television. But it's not. I like it when they release things certain times. And Mandalorian became appointment television for a lot
I
of
haven't
people.
watched that yet.
So
Me neither.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done.
Bachelor, hello.
Yeah, I'm not. Again, it's not really.
You don't even care about this season.
I only watched it the first time to work on my writing, and it was the Ben Higgins season. And I remember the text. I said, "Hey, if I write about
Do
the
you hear
Bachelor,
this?
if I write about the Bachelor, will you watch it with me?" And the text to my wife, she's like, "Absolutely." And I had a pretty good following, but I don't have that amount of time to watch it, then break it down and everything else. And so, and I thought,
Do you know
and
what
I'm
my favorite
not,
thing about The Bachelor is? My favorite thing.
What?
Of course, I'm going to get political, but it's no, it's not political. It's just it's all these women's labor, like, oh my God, and men and all these these certain types of treatments for women. These women are going on a television show to fight for the attention of one man. He is involved with all of these women at the same time, and they're okay with that because they're getting airtime.
Yeah.
Talk about selling femininity or feminism out in real time.
It was.
I don't even want to hear it.
She went
None of
through-
those women can claim to be a
Cora
feminist.
went through all of them, whatever else, without it, sight unseen. She would just go through names or where they're from, and I'm like, they're just working on their Instagram. They're
Yep.
working on being an Instagram influencer. They're not here for this reason. With sight unseen,
It's
with
fake.
she just
Another
she
reason
just
not
gave
to like
The
it.
name, the city, and the bio, and I can tell you, I'm like, nope, nope, and nope. They're not there for the reasons. That's all.
Who would go on a television show to find their husband?
I go on a television show to win Big Brother.
That's not the same.
I would
These
rather
women are
do
fighting
Love
for one
Island.
man's attention. I will die before I will go and compete with 30
Yeah,
other
I get
women
it.
for one dude.
I would rather go
It's
on
never
Love
going to
Island.
happen.
If you're on YouTube or whatever, just do like a Saturday.
Like, how thirsty
Do the Saturday Night
and
Live
desperate
skits
are you
of,
for
of
attention?
Bachelor, and they're fantastic.
No, you will
No,
never
the
pay. You can't even pay me to watch
No,
The
it's the
Bachelor.
Saturday Night Live sketches of it, and
I
how
won't
they
even
make
watch
fun of
that.
it. Excuse
See,
me,
I-
can I borrow you for a minute? I like that. Because that's what they do. You know, the night that they have, the very first night, they're all like, "Can I borrow him for a minute?" They just interrupt
They
each other.
always do that, and then they get the stink eye, and then I've seen
That's
the
it, just do it over and
advertisements.
over
Yeah.
again.
Let me. I want to ask you,
What?
Coral, about Game of Thrones, though. I've watched it, and I've watched it twice. Okay, my thing is, I think the main characters are overrated, and I think it's the extras, the backup actors that have carried that entire series.
Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
He's the whole reason for all of it.
There's so many extra. They're not extras. What would you call them? Like a second
Supporting
in
roles. Supporting
roles. There you go. Thank you. They're
Lord
the ones that carry
Varys.
the whole. Jon Snow was like, okay, when's he gonna do the big thing? And then he came back from the dead. And I was like, that's.
I swear I've had this conversation with you before.
I think you have.
The Starks are the true enemies in this entire.
They're all bad guys. It's all politics.
The Starks are the true bad people in
They're
the entire
all
thing.
bad people. All of them.
Well, you can start from episode 1 and go all the way back. All right.
Yeah.
How does the little one get in trouble because she beats up Joffrey or whatever else?
He was instigating.
Yeah, and then what happens? What does her older sister say? She doesn't stick up for her sister. She said she was drunk on the mother's milk. She doesn't. So she's bad. She doesn't stick up for her sister. Then during the entire thing, Windstark, spoilers. Sorry guys, spoilers. When the dad, when he actually is going to get executed or whatever else, because he thinks he's protecting everyone, but he sees Arya. He sees her, and he's like, "Oh, my kids are okay." He could have stood up and been like.
He was
Yeah,
gonna get
I
killed
didn't denounce the
regardless.
king or whatever else. I renounce or whatever. He could have done the right thing. The one son of the Starks is pledged to marry one,
Robb.
but he falls in love with the Jennifer Love Hewitt nurse.
Yeah.
So he goes against his word.
Yeah.
The mom goes against her son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The red
Yeah,
wedding.
we'll keep going. Yeah,
The
everything.
red wedding. Oh, that broke my heart.
That was, oh my God. my
JT
heart.
Snow gives an oath, and then he goes against the oath that he gives. They all go against their word. And what's the one thing the Starks talk about? Their word.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Erickson.
true. Yeah, I never really thought about it like that. So, I mean, you have a point
They're
with
all
that
bad
part.
guys. Well, we had this conversation about The Walking Dead, and I was like,
I did not have this with you because I've never seen it.
I said that Negan is the good guy, and I think that Rick is the bad guy. They're both doing the exact same thing to the opposition. It's all politics. Same thing with Game of Thrones. I mean, you have to look at it from the other person's perspective.
So I want to finish this off before we go to break. More about streaming, and I guess a little bit.
Wait, Erickson said that if Travis Kelce was on The Bachelor, that I would do it. He's correct.
So, have you guys even seen any of Cobra Kai?
No.
Yes, I watched the first season.
No.
Okay.
I've only been watching Game of Thrones. Not gonna lie.
And I just want to say the Karate Kid did not age well, but what's his face did?
Johnny Lawrence.
Johnny
William Zabka.
He looks a little rough around the edges, but he aged better
So I
than
got through it. Okay.
than Danny.
And let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
I knew it was coming.
Don't spoiler alert it.
I don't care. I knew it was coming.
I'm never gonna watch it, so I don't care.
It's
I
good.
knew it was
You would like
coming,
it.
and it was better than I can imagine.
Don't tell me. You're going to tell us, aren't you?
You can tell.
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Don't spoiler it. I'll watch it tonight.
Well, you have 3 seasons to go through. That's a lot to get through.
I'm through like 1.5, so I've got like 1.5.
I know, but you have to get through. All right, so I'm not gonna. But
I can do that in a night. I can wipe that out.
They've alluded to a lot of things. I think I've already figured out a lot of season 4. What's going on? What's going to happen?
Okay.
So they relied real heavily on season 3 on former characters from Karate Kid 1 and 2.
Oh yeah,
That means they have not. I know we already talked about it, but I wasn't finished yet with the series, and now I feel even more vindicated that my thoughts were fair. Now season 3, they still haven't got to season 3, and it's happening.
Is Miyagi back yet, or any kind of? We know that, but I'm saying has he been brought back up?
I mean, season 4 will bring back someone from Karate Kid 3.
Miyagi's granddaughter is going to come back, and they're going to fall in love, and he's going to fall in love with his enemy's predecessor's child or something. Watch.
Will Cobra Kai make any sense to me if I haven't seen Karate Kid?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's really like, and it's funny when I
he goes to the car dealership and he's like, in his car.
Because they do a lot of flashback stuff. It really, like, so I tried to watch Karate Kid.
How can you have not seen Karate Kid?
I'm 25.
Gross.
I was shocked when my son fell asleep to Karate Kid. I was like, I can't believe you fell asleep during this. So
that's how I feel when I watch Harry Potter with my parents and they fall asleep.
I couldn't even watch Harry Potter. I got so bored with it.
I love it.
It is. I'm not losing my mind over Karate Kid. Whatever these people that go on the social media and be like, oh my God, that was great. Like,
didn't Serge get a tattoo of it?
Did he, or was it fake?
Yeah, 3 of them did, and I was like,
so Bob even said
Bobby did, yes.
Well, he said today earlier he was like, it was kind of cheesy, but I liked it, and I'm like, yeah, I fall asleep to it. I don't binge watch it.
No.
Yeah.
Like I just put it on, and that's.
I'm getting We the People right here to fill in that blank spot on my sleeve. Tell me that's not cool. I don't care. It's better
my
than Cobra
whole
Kai.
left arm is going to be Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. Why?
I love it. I love it. See?
I'm so excited.
Whatever you love and stand for, that's what you get.
I love it. And I like it besides just
Quit
being
saying
a
you're
nerd.
too young, okay? Because
I am.
I'm 10, a little over 10 years older than you. I'm not going to specify just how much older than you I am. But I've seen black and white movies. So don't say you're too old to watch. Karate Kid is a classic. You have to watch it.
Karate Kid. I think that's.
It's like Rocky. You've seen Rocky?
Yeah.
How have you? Then they're like the same. Rocky came out before Karate Kid.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm not. Karate Kid's like a must watch.
Blame
You
my
have.
parents.
It's a
The other
must
thing
watch.
is like, I've heard the theories of like how
sweep the leg,
how
Johnny.
Daniel is the true bully, and I understand it, but
you won't accept it.
It's got some flaws. I
There,
mean,
in the initial, like the first half of the movie, he's definitely not the bully. He
but I
might
mean,
end up being the bully.
I see it. I guess it's a fun take to have to be like, oh, if you think about it, I mean,
He won on an illegal. It was illegal how he won.
Didn't steal his girlfriend. Allie had already broken up with Johnny.
No. I'm talking about the fight, the last fight.
Yeah.
It was an illegal kick, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was an illegal kick.
I don't know. I mean, Johnny wasn't a very likable character, and anybody who's just going to be riding a dirt bike on the beach is right away just an ass clown. So
With a mask on.
yeah, we're just
Didn't he have a mask on? Were they wearing masks?
But yeah, a lot
Pretty
of
sure they
people.
were.
Yeah, a lot of people have bought into the theory that Daniel he didn't steal Allie. Like
Whatever.
she was-
His mom called him little brown eyes.
The word. I mean,
You know what a brown eye is,
the
right?
evil people are the evil people are the adults in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like when he's at the thing and he spills spaghetti all over him and they all point and laugh at him.
Yeah. Or the sensei.
Yeah.
Johnny
Now I
Sensei.
want
He was
spaghetti,
like,
thanks.
I'm fairly certain that they're setting up a prequel for John Kreese, by the way.
I hope he comes
for
back.
Netflix.
That'd
No,
be
he's back.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I won't say anything more. He'll be back, and I'm telling you, I think they are setting up a prequel, the John Kreese story.
Yeah. He reminds me of Will Ferrell. His hair
little bit.
and his face shape and
Yeah.
everything.
But Will Ferrell's not that mean.
Wouldn't it be cool if Will Ferrell just replayed if they did a redo of the Karate Kid and he was him?
All right, let's
She's
take
looking it
our
up.
last break of the day.
We're out of stuff.
That's all right. I can play something, but that's all right. All right, we'll be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
We always use drive-through windows for fast food and banking. Now the Quad Cities has drive-through taxes with AmeriFile. Don't let COVID delay your tax refund this year. For the safest way to get your taxes done, use AmeriFile's drive-through tax service in Moline and Davenport. Stay safe in your car, drop your tax stuff off, and your taxes are prepared contact-free. Go to AmeriFile.com or call AmeriFile 762-8087.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Two things. Number one, it feels like Adam Gase. It feels like this is a last-ditch effort, not to save his job, but I think to save his respectability, right? To try to say maybe a future job. Like, I'm trying to do things right. While I'm on my way out the door here, I'm going to try to sit here and say, it's like a confession, essentially, saying like, hey, look, I messed up. I haven't handled my responsibility. That's number one. Number two, I think it's going to be harder and harder to go away from the hype that's going to come with Trevor Lawrence. If you're a New York fan, if you're a Jet fan, you're also worried about maybe even if we do surround Sam Darnold with the right skill sets or the right players, maybe this is who Sam Darnold is. Maybe he never blossoms out of this. It takes a really strong personality to bear out of that and say, that's not who I am. Maybe this is who Sam Darnold is.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Is this your favorite time of year for sports? I'll bet it is. Sports bettors, are you ready? Are you ready for $100 in free bets? That's right, $100 in free bets. You can now experience Iowa's premium sportsbook from the comfort of your own home. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit just $20. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. All in an easy-to-use app rated #1 on Trustpilot. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Download the PointsBet app now and sign up with code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit $20. That's $100 on your first $20 deposit. So, are you ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
The first of her kind. More from the Iowa Almanac in a moment.
I'm Michael Swanger, owner and publisher of Iowa History Journal. Start the new year by reading our January-February issue. It's packed with interesting stories including African-American publisher and civil rights activist James B. Morris Sr. Discover the beauty of Iowa's crinoids. Read about the history of Northwest Iowa and revisit the Amish school crisis of 1965 that captured the world's attention. Get your copy of Iowa History Journal at Hy-Vee or Fairway or by going to iowahistoryjournal.com.
Nancy Hill wasn't born in Iowa, but she certainly made her mark here. Born in West Cambridge, Massachusetts in November of 1833, she served as an Army nurse during the Civil War. The chief surgeon there was so impressed with her work that he encouraged her to study medicine. So after the war, she went to the University of Michigan, which was the only medical school at that time to accept women. She graduated second in her class at the age of 41. And that's when her Iowa story begins. Dr. Nancy Hill moved to Dubuque in 1875, shortly after graduating from medical school. She was the first female doctor in Dubuque and one of fewer than a dozen in the whole state. She practiced medicine there for nearly 40 years, specializing in obstetrics. By her own count, she delivered 1,000 babies during that time. In 1896, feeling great concern for unwed mothers and the lack of care their babies received, Dr. Hill founded the Women's Rescue Society of Dubuque and operated the home until her 80th birthday. You know it today as Hillcrest Family Services, serving tens of thousands of clients each year with vital social services throughout the state of Iowa. Dr. Nancy Hill was inducted into the Iowa Women's Hall of Fame 70 years after her death, which was on this date in 1919. And that's Iowa Almanac for January 8th. I'm Jeff Stein.
The NFL and Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
This is not a rivalry between these two teams. KC has dominated every single game they played in against Baltimore.
Strong opinions, in-depth analysis from the biggest stories in the NFL.
Yes, they've lost 3 in a row. Does not mean, Jason Williams, that this is not a rivalry. Doesn't mean that.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
I'm Governor Kim Reynolds. COVID-19 isn't bigger than Iowans' resolve to overcome it. Together, we can stop the spread of the virus and get life back to normal by taking simple steps to protect ourselves and others. Wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands, stay home if you're sick, get tested, and isolate from others if you have the virus, and get a flu shot to prevent further illness. Doing these things will protect you and those most at risk. Let's step up and stop the spread together.
Sponsored by the State of Iowa and the Iowa Broadcasters Association in cooperation with this station.
When sports news breaks and you're at work, you won't miss a moment. Download our free mobile app now. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, we're back, everybody. Don't hassle us. We're local, 1170 ESPN AM. I'm here with Corral.
Corral with cheese.
Corral with cheese. You can double up, but it's going to cost you
Jay's
extra.
gone, so now we can just sit here and talk about girl stuff.
Jay left us alone in the studio, you guys. So let's just go ahead and let's do a Q&A real quick.
Girl takeover.
Come on, Jay. Let us do it.
I want to talk about this real quick, and this is not a good thing for Major League Baseball at all.
Uh-oh.
So, fired Los Angeles Angels clubhouse attendant has named some pitchers in a thing about ball doctoring. All right, and he names Garrett Cole. Yes, it's not what it sounds like. All right.
No.
So, and I'm actually normally I'm not this way, but I'm actually going to read this a little bit more because the details are not very good. So, a revealing text message from star pitcher Garrett Cole has been submitted as evidence in Brian Harkin's quest to prove he was unfairly made a scapegoat when the Los Angeles Angels fired him as their clubhouse attendant for supplying ball doctoring substances to pitchers. The message that was dated on, it's a mixture of pine tar and rosin.
Pine tar, yep.
The message, dated back on January 17, 2019, was filed in Orange County, California, Superior Court on Thursday as opposition to a request to dismiss the original lawsuit submitted by Harkin's attorneys in August. Here it says, "Hey, Bubba, it's Garrett Cole." Garrett Cole is a Cy Young Award-winning pitcher. He paid a lot of money to pitch. The text reads, "I was wondering if you could help me out with the sticky situation." Then he has a winky. Then he has a winky face emoji. Yeah. We don't see until May, but we have some road games in April that are in cold weather places. The stuff I had last year seizes up when it gets cold. Harkins was fired last March, and in a nearly 4-decade run with the Angels after the organization was informed by Major League Baseball that he was providing pitchers with an illegal blend of rosin and pine tar, a violation of a rule that has never really been strictly enforced. His attorneys filed a suit against the Angels in Major League Baseball in late August, and the defendants filed a motion to dismiss it early November. A January 21st hearing has been scheduled to determine whether the case will move forward. This is not good for baseball. Obviously, a year ago, we got into finally Houston Astros just clearing house, trying to get everyone out of there when they had the...
Did this just come out?
It came out a little bit yesterday, and it got updated again today, this morning.
So he got caught. This is like WikiLeaks all over again. He got caught texting saying...
Well, he has the text. He got fired back in November, and he would see. Hold on. Oh, he got fired last March. Now, when he came in November when he filed, he said, I'm wrongfully terminated. These people are all doing this, and the opposite. So there's Harkins says he recalls in an interview. He said during the interview, Harkins claimed he Cole, Justin Verlander, Edwin Jackson, Max Scherzer, Felix Hernandez, Corey Kluber. We're talking about Cy Young Award winners here.
I love Corey Kluber.
Joba Chamberlain, Adam Wainwright, Tyler Chatwood among pitchers who previously asked for his specific blend of pine tar and rosin, which became popular throughout the league after he made it for former closer Troy Percival more than 20 years ago.
Wow.
This is not good. And he's known as Bubba throughout the league, so that's where it was like, he started off as a bat boy for the Angels in 1981 and then worked the visiting clubhouse manager from 1990 until the day of his termination. So he was the visiting clubhouse manager, and he got to know all these players, and he would make this substance for him.
Wow.
This is
big deal.
Well, it is, because we have this big thing about cheating. Like,
as we should.
Yeah, and we've gone, people, they want to take away, World Series and everything else. Well, these are Cy Young Award-winning pitchers.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know how this story hasn't really made anything until now. I guess it's just because he finally said, like, here's some text message, or here's a text messenger and a text message and everything. So, but he named so many more that used the blend or asked for it. Like, he said, the termination of my employment came as a complete surprise to me, since I had never received anything but compliments for my hard work and dedication to the team and my management at the visitors clubhouse. To my knowledge, there are no negative reviews in my personal file. I have never received a warning or been counseled against any activity related to my employment. So
that's what happens. You're the fall guy. They got to pick out somebody to fall for it. Then
but the thing is, now you've opened, and that's what happens when you find someone to be the fall guy. You got to make sure that they don't have all this information on everybody and or
blame
text
him.
messages.
It's all his fault. Yep.
But why is it his fault? For making something
he's the one that's going to fall for all of it, and everybody else implemented is not going to.
But if it wasn't policed, if it was kind of like, yeah, we're doing it, we know you're.
As long as one person takes the punishment, that's how everybody else involved gets away with it. This is a tale as old as time. This is how it goes down in every aspect of criminal activity. We all know this. Come on.
Yeah, but it's not good for ESPN. I mean, not ESPN. It's not good for Major League Baseball.
Well, a lot of things haven't been lately.
No. I guess a lot of things haven't, but
they're going down too. Everything is just suffering.
Well, this is for every time like the NBA does something good, or we try to say like the NFL, they got all 256 games done. MLB just seems to always just get in their own way.
There's so many politics in everything that you look at, and politics, no matter what aspect of it, that like in sports or in Hollywood or in Washington, they're always going to have corruption, because you're not playing. It's not, what's the word I'm looking for? Transparent. Nothing is transparent. So you can't have honesty without transparency in anything. So there you go.
To your point, the people that his lawyers are saying MLB and the Angels have artificially created a one-person scandal, and in doing so have avoided disciplining the players they repeatedly protected from their rule breaking.
Mm-hmm.
So Major League Baseball saying like, yeah, you did it, but you supplied it, and he's saying he can't get a job. His reputation's tarnished now, and he can't get a job anywhere.
Tell him to Google Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Let's just have a little conversation about that. How many other people were doing the same thing as him, but who took the fall? Don't look over here. Look over here.
We can't recklessly speculate that other people were gambling on it the way he was, though. I mean, I'm sure they were. Come on. But I mean, we just can't recklessly speculate that and say like everyone else is doing it.
I will recklessly speculate anything out loud.
Same.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I think we're all in the agreement that he should be in the Hall of Fame, but
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, ladies.
No, I like guys. Yeah. I identify as guys.
Woman.
My pronoun is guys.
Same.
Is that a pronoun? It's not.
No.
Before we go, you've now done it the second time or whatever else. Why is that a thing?
I have no idea.
Well, I saw something on Twitter the other day that was like, Nancy Pelosi wants to get rid of all pronouns.
Can't say father, mother.
In her freaking Twitter bio, it says mother, grandmother.
That's pandering. That's called political pandering, and that's what they're doing to people. And people don't wake up and recognize
Hold on a second.
this.
You said that I know I saw the list. It's
she did a briefing. It's like,
it's instead of seaman, it's seafarer. And
it's worse than that.
Instead of parents, instead of mother and father, it's parents.
It's birth giver.
It's
yeah.
Hold on, just slow down. It's parents.
Instead
sister,
of niece, it's siblings.
Child.
Not child. They didn't even use child. It was siblings.
Offspring.
Something like that. It was so off.
So this is
off the
and
wall.
then so on her Twitter she uses mother and
Her
grandmother.
literal bio
says
on
mother.
Twitter says mother,
grandmother,
mother, grandmother, and dark chocolate connoisseur.
I can't even begin to fathom. This is where I want to stay
This is
naive. This
what
is where
it's
I want to stay
become.
naive.
Isn't it? This is what I'm
so
it
hold
makes you
on.
so angry, Jay. You won't be able to sleep, bro.
So
you
then,
can't.
And then it's the thing. So instead of a men, which they think is just
It
woman,
has literally nothing to do with
it means
gender.
so be it. Is what it means.
And now they want to say a woman.
A woman. What they're trying to do is radicalize a certain group of people.
All right. Well, I
That's it.
heard you guys say it this twice, and I'm like, wait a minute. I think I know this story. Like, it's okay.
So instead of saying amen, just be like a woman, which is sacrilegious.
A woman.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do that.
I'm sorry, mother.
Let me holler
I'm just
at
gonna
you.
call him. I already do this, but
Can I
birth
holler at
giver.
you?
Yeah.
My birth giver.
My birth.
Can't
That's
say
literally
brother.
what the annoying basic white girl puts her mom's name as, and her phone is birth giver.
I have mine as parentals, and I'm pretty basic. But did you see also there was those two actresses that she had a 6-month-old and she goes, we don't know how they're going to identify yet. We'll let them choose. How about just raise them as what they are, and then when they get old enough, if they want to change it, they can.
Thank you.
But if you put that in their head, they're going to think there's something wrong. They don't go against their parents. So if your parents are telling you you might feel this way, they're going to gear that way. It's brainwashing. I don't like it. If my kids grow up and say, "Hey, I identify the other way," I'll be like, "All right, whatever.
Cool.
That's up to you." But I'm not gonna be like, "No, you can be whatever you want. You're not a boy. You're."
Well, I'll tell you this, ladies. You don't need a man like T-Roy to carry the show because you guys did it for 2 hours today.
My back's really hurting from carrying this show. Jay.
I know. All right, great week. We will see you guys on Monday. Then we'll get to our bet if Baltimore wins the game, because if they win, then they play Kansas City. So
I'm gonna
you guys
download
have a
that
hassle-free weekend. Stay safe and sanitize, Quad Cities. We will talk to you real soon.
This is Matt Koss of the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
I'm Kyle Montgomery with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson has no problem with new GM hire Nick Caserio. He does, however, have a problem with not being included in the decision-making process. NFL Network insider in Rappaport reports that owner Cal McNair informed Watson that he would be involved in the GM and coach hiring process with feedback, but then did neither in the hire of Caserio. He adds that Deshaun has not spoken to Texans brass in the last few days, though they've tried to call him. Meantime, the Rams still don't know who their starting quarterback will be on Saturday. Jared Goff is officially listed as questionable after having surgery on his broken right thumb on December 28th. Bucs wide receiver Mike Evans also a game-time decision, according to head coach Bruce Arians. Evans listed as questionable against the